Never recovered.
Laertes, son of Polonius, was born May 9th, 1985, at the Shakespeare Hospital, California East. His father Polonius named Laertes after the Greek god, hoping he would live up to the name. Weighing in at 10 pounds, the family was disgusted in his obesity.
He was a fat little butterball, I have to admit. Though we all know being hefty can be a good thing in the early stages of life. Means you're healthy, even though I wasn't fat. I was healthy as a child, of course. Laertes was so heavy and slippery, it was hard not to drop him. I didn't drop him. That'd be foolish. And we all know a fool is, something. Point being, even when he was born, he was a pain in the...
It became clear quite early that Laertes would not be accepted by his father. His mother then became his prime caretaker, but alas, she also had her daughter to look after, Ophelia.
My brother Laertes, he's always been Mother's favorite. Sometimes it's so frustrating. You just want to strangle him.
His childhood began just as it should. His father, although ignoring his plea for attention, continuing to provide the family with wealth, prosperity, and his mother tending to his emotional babble. But who really cares about that? Laertes was on his way to a successful life. By age 6, he memorized most of the Star Wars films and joined the Jedi training camp for kids. While attending the camp, Laertes met a rather shy, artistic boy who preferred to read the Star Wars books. His name was Hamlet.
He was a little bit of an odd one, I must admit. He was way too slow of anything too deep. Hamlet. More like Spamlet. Basically, his dramatic slowness was starting to bug me. Check.
Good move. What should I do?
I am parched. Look at that little lemur. Don't touch me there! Not like last time. Checkmate.
Laertes and I were very close, except he was good at sports, and I enjoyed poetry.
Despite their differences, each provided the other with friendship, but soon disaster struck. Laertes' uncle soon met a terrible fate. Killed while hiding under a porch rug, he was shot in the back 6 times with arrows. Laertes was devastated, but nothing could prepare him for what happened next. His mother was battered to death under a comforter at Sears. Laertes did not take it lightly. But what happened next broke what little heart he had left. His cat was crushed under a car rug under the heel of a 300-pound trucker named Ned. A week later, Mr. Snuffles became a rug. Laertes could not take the irony.
I was pretty upset when I found out my wife was dead, but I wasn't gonna go cry about it. People would start thinking I'm some sort of wussy, and I'm no wussy. What I'm trying to say is, Laertes took it way too hard. I mean, it was only his mother.
Don't forget Mr. Snuffles.
Get over it! He makes a good welcome mat.
But soon after, Laertes got his big break.
Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you. Only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken. Live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. The rest is still unwritten. Yeah.
By age 10, his appearance on the hills drove his fame to new levels and heights. But it wasn't over. Success just bit Laertes, and he would soon find that not all bites are bad. His addiction to American ego and strong sense of pride allowed him to surprise that of Paris Hilton.
He became popular and left me to myself.
We decided to ask Ophelia if she perhaps knew of a separation of Hamlet and Laertes. Okay, after much deliberation, we decided to re-ask Laertes why he stopped hanging out with Hamlet.
Well, the fact is, he's just a deep thinker. Too deep of a thinker.
But why?
Why what, Hamlet?
Finally putting all fame and fortune aside, the glory and glamour of Hollywood became dull for Laertes, and with that Polonius wrote a check, and Laertes was off to France to consider learning.
Of course, the only thing Laertes ever came to me for was money. Money, money, and more money. That kid treated me like an ATM machine. I trust him about as much as I trust Excel long-lasting gum. There's just no way it actually lasts that long.
Despite the fact that Polonius showed complete and utter ease when Laertes departed, he had different sentiments when he had left.
Father, I'm off. Don't miss me too much.
That should be easy. I completely trust you, my perfect child. Miss Appleby, send in Ronaldo. Ronaldo, I want you to follow Laertes to France.
And then what?
I want you to offer him drugs. Lots of drugs. Bags of them. Needles, bongs, and everything else. Just tempt the kid to death. If he refuses, then offer him more drugs. And more and more and more. Don't leave until he accepts them all. This way I can slap him for being an incompetent little twerp.
Are you sure, sir?
Of course I'm sure. Now quickly, go! Go, my manslave! Fly, monkey, fly!